السلام عليكم، صباح الخير، نورتونا في استوديونا. أهلا وسهلا فيكم. في البداية حابة أعرف عن نفسي. أنا اسمي توفيق، مهندسة معمارية، خريجة في 2017 من جامعة الأمير سلطان. وإن شاء الله من اليوم I will host CreativeMornings رياض. أهلا وسهلا فيكم. نبدأ بسيطة عن CreativeMornings. CreativeMornings هو عبارة عن منصة عالمية شخصية موجودة في أكثر من 188 مدينة في العالم. الرياض هي تقريبا آخر شابتر فتح فيها CreativeMornings، فإحنا رقمنا 188. إن شاء الله كل شهر حيصير في يوم واحد حنلتقي بنفس الفكرة. حيكون في فري بريكفاست، فري كافي، فري توك. حنجيب متحدث يتكلم لمدة 20 دقيقة عن ثيم معين. هذا الثيم حنتكلم فيه جلوب في العالم كله. يعني الحين احنا في أوغست نتكلم عن ثيم كوميونيتي. ف 188 مدينة في العالم حنتكلم عن كوميونيتي. الهدف من CreativeMornings إنه هو ميكس الكوميونتي مع بعض. ليش؟ لأنه إحنا من الميت أبس هذه usually create lot of opportunities، فرص. We can make connections. من الكونكشنز هذه we can make a very good community. We can collaborate. We can make something out of nothing. إحنا we launched تقريبا الشهر اللي فات. we launched البيج، واليوم أول إيفنت لنا. CreativeMornings موجود من 2008. It's based في نيويورك، الهيد كوارتر هناك. الكو-فاوندر اسمها تينا، كانت دائما تحب تحضر تيدكس، ولكن نعرف إنه إحنا تيدكس يكون مرة بالسنة في كل مدينة، فليش ما أسوي حاجة موجودة كل شهر وتكون حاجة خفيفة لمدة بس ساعة ونص إلى ساعتين. فلما بدأت تينا في نيويورك كان لقت إقبال من جميع الولايات إنهم بيجوا من الولايات الثانية عشان يحضروا هذا اليوم. فقالت ليش ما أفتح زي الأبليكيشن ونخلي الشابتر هذا يعني spread out to the world. فصار 188. فإحنا كنا في process الأبليكيشن. بدأنا تقريبا من 1st of January بدأت أشتغل فيه. أنا وزميلاتي وأهلي ما قصروا إنهم دعموني. بعد كذا قعدنا في البروسس. الابلكيشن كان في فيديو ابلكيشن تتكلمي فيه عن نفسك، مين أنت يا نما، مين الكوميونتي حق الرياض، وإيش فيها الرياض، وليش حابين CreativeMornings يكون في الرياض. I went through the process written وفيديو ابلكيشن. بعد كذا صار في سكايب انترفيو مع الهيد كوارتر هناك. كان في كونتاكتر معايا. بعد الانترفيو we went through it، والحمد لله I took the acceptance في رمضان. فالحمد لله يعني we are on it. ورقمنا إن شاء الله 188. واليوم فتحنا أول حدث بالكوميونتي، وشفت هذا المين بوينت CreativeMornings. أنا كنت فترة المدرسة أحب هذه الأشياء اللي I begin with society. I went through it. وإن شاء الله يعني one of the most joyful moments to me when I give back to people. فإن شاء الله يعني بعد CreativeMornings إن شاء الله I will create. We can create a lot of opportunities for others. الحلو في CreativeMornings إنه you can just talk يعني عادي، ما في formality موجودة في الإيفنتات الثانية. الحلو إنه إحنا غير رسميين. كل واحد يتكلم بطبيعته بالطريقة اللي هو حابب فيها. الكوميونتي هذا الشهر اختاروها فيلادلفيا. Okay, you can use this hashtag في انستغرام وتويتر for worldwide. من الأشياء الفيتشرز الجديدة اللي دوبها فتحت في CreativeMornings في حاجة اسمها Creative Guild. Creative Guild هو حاجة شبيهة للينكدين. ففيها أكثر من 400 company creative agencies. فاحنا بالعكس I would love to see رياض عندهم الايجنسي الموجودة هنا. so we can spread out to the world. طبعا Creative Mornings 100% voluntary work, كله تطوعي. Me as a host and my lovely team members and organizers. وكل شيء قائم هنا بالرعاة، بالسبونسرشيب والبارتنرشيبس. في اللي هو تكون شهرية وفي اللي تكون سنوية. فعندنا جلوبال بارتنرز اللي هم ميل شامب، ادوبي، ووردبريس. Our lovely local partners عندنا Allure Hub. Thank you for hosting us. عندنا برضه our first supporter أستاذ بدر 12 cups for the coffee. عندنا ليمون بيكري for breakfast. وعندنا ليجاتو for snacks. برضو عندنا هلام ايجنسي كفاية. They're gonna sponsor us for a whole year. وعندنا كريم. Thank you كريم so much for the promo code. And yeah. Okay. فاحنا قلنا انه الشابترز احنا نسمي دائما السيتي شابتر، فالشابتر اسمه باقي كبير. فاحنا رقم 188 وموجود في 66 country. كل التوكس من 2008 إلى الآن كلها حتلاقوها uploaded في الويب سايت. فأي أحد كان حابب يحضر أي مدينة في العالم يقدر يلاقيها. وإن شاء الله التوك هذه للناس اللي ما قدرت تجي إن شاء الله we gonna upload التوك بعد أسبوع على الويب سايت. أوكي. هذا الثري chapters اللي فتحت واحنا اخر ناس which is رياض. And we would love to thank our headquarter team. يعني لولا الله ما هم we wouldn't be here صراحة. ساعدونا كثير so thank you. Okay. عندنا حاجة اسمها 30 second pitches. هي عبارة عن أي أحد من الأتنديز حاب يطلع أو يقول أي حاجة يقدر يطلع على الستيج ويقول. يعني مثلا إن شاء الله توفيق عنده حاجة يبلغكم عنها، فإن شاء الله حيبلغكم عنها في 30 second. أي أحد he wanna hire a creative, he can just come and take the stage and say it. It's open for everyone. Okay. نجي فقرة السبيكر. He's an ambitious, he's passionate, he's a thinker, and he's a volunteer. He's into coaching, and he's a freestyler and athlete. One of his aim is to have the best footprint in the community. So what's a better start to have Taufiq Bamatraf as a speaker?
Assalamu alaikum. Sabah al-khair alaikum. Thank you guys for coming. Actually waking up this early. أنا قررت أصار عشان تسمعوني. No, this is not gonna work. it is a challenge إنه نحن نصحى الصباح ونجي نقابل زي كذا كذا تمام. إن شاء الله. I'm gonna hold. Again. صباح الخير عليكم.
إذا في أحد مو جالس بيسمع تقدروا تجوا قدام أفضل. It's good.
Good. I want to thank Allure Hub and Creative Mornings. them especially إنها حطت الأفرت هذا كله تجمع صباح يوم السبت قبل الدوامات بكرة. Thank you so much. Before I start, I want you guys to watch this video and then we can go into it. الفريستايل فوتبول انه الفيديو يتكلم عن الكوميونتي كيف وصل المستوى اللي وصلنا الان. الفيديو هذا كان ببطولة المملكة 2000 مو هذا الفيديو الفيديو كان يتكلم عن الفريستايل فوتبول سين في السعودية وبطولة المملكة 2017. كيف مجموعة من الشباب قدروا يقنعوا عدة شركات انهم يصيرون سبونسر ويقدموا او تقام البطولة هذه، لانه كل الجهود كانت فردية. نحن من 2005 6 7 قاعد نحرص اساس يصير للكوميونتي هذا او يصير للعيبة هذول صوت. فالفيديو كان المفروض انه يوصل لكم هذه الصورة النهائية. فأيوة شفتوا الفيديو وشفتوا مجموعة من الشباب they perform amazing tricks that it took them hours and hours and days to actually learn and master these tricks. إلين ما صاروا professionals that companies would sponsor them and they can travel the world and represent Saudi Arabia in different competitions. أكثر شيء نحن هيشتغل؟ I'll just continue. We spend most of the time looking at the community and know it doesn't have the support, it doesn't have what, or the people would understand what we do. It doesn't have the, it starts with support. They don't understand what we do, they don't understand the art. If you're an artist, if you are someone who has passion towards something, we always tend to blame the community that it doesn't exist or that kind of support doesn't exist. What I would like to say is when there's nothing of that sort, or there's no platform to accommodate and cater your passion, you go ahead and create it. It's your responsibility to actually start something. It's your responsibility to create that platform for others to be part of it. Next slide. It speaks a lot. It's alright. So once the idea of creating a community or building a community, we have this question of what do I need to start? How do I start it? Who's going to join me? And I'm not that smart, so I put something in Forbes.com. حطوا 4 أساسيات لبناء أي مجتمع أو starting a community. فكان the lead, بعدين what do you need to do? You need to be clear about what you need to do, what you're going to do. بعدين there's spreading the word, and fourth was the members. So I added 1 as activities because I believe that the more we have activities in these communities, it's what kind of keep it alive. But the lead, I'm going to take example the freestyle football community. The lead can to have a platform that will support youth to start and train and develop a new game. كانت مرة منتشرة يعني كانت منتشرة حول العالم بس في السعودية كانت ما لها ذاك الإقبال. The need was to create a platform that will host and cater these talents. What it had as a purpose to do is to actually create a no-quitting culture and mindset, determination and self-learning. You need to observe to learn the trick. ما في أحد هيعلمك. You need to actually put in the time to practice, to develop your body and your mental awareness so you can be in sync, physical synchronization with your mental. But this created determination in the athletes or the players and the members who joined. Then the number of hours they put and days to just perform 1 trick كان مرة فظيع. I would spend days just to learn 1 trick. And the amount of happiness that you get and you feel the achievements once you master the trick or actually just put it up. That was what we wanted to do. Spreading the word. Any community can start spreading the word today using new media. But back then كان مرة صعب. كان ما في Facebook. And knocking on doors. I literally used to knock on doors just to convince people that one day we're going to have this and you're going to travel the world and you're going to be sponsored and people look at you as a professional athlete, كلها. Just imagine how awkward that was when I knock on your door and tell you that this is gonna happen, and you go like, "Hello, هاخذ رقمك يا سلام." It was really awkward and it was tiring. But I just kept on doing that. But today there's new media, so we stopped. Moving from members to okay. Yeah. You ever play? It's okay. So, moving back to members, members can know once you start having people joining, you need to understand and you need to understand them. You need to allow diversity and know how to be different. Are you still? Yay! Thanks a lot. Guys, close your eyes and listen to me, please. It's alright, play those songs. Just put it full screen. Let them watch it. Just imagine the best music you have in your hand and let it play while this video is playing.
There's no sound?
على الفيديو فقط. Guys in the back, can you see this?
No.
You can see?
Yes.
Okay. So these are young athletes all around Saudi Arabia. They started early 2008, 9, and kept going. في ناس بدأوا late 2015. Our champion, 2017 champion, started 2009. The vice champion, someone who started actually late 2000, early 2017. So you can see the difference of when did this person started and when this person started. But they all competed on the same level. Then you could put the effort and actually reach the different stages and level. Next slide. Do you guys come on? That okay. Okay, so back to members and why it's important to actually look into this and cater their needs, cater their voice, because part of that community or what's going to keep that community alive and created is these members. Then activities in freestyle, we look at gatherings, we look at weekly and monthly training, group trainings, and competitions. We believe in competitions that it brings out the best of everyone, and this model can be used in different communities. It's just a standard skeleton that you use, and I just put this together using freestyle football as an example. Next slide. So we had a core purpose to start that was the platform that will cater these young athletes so they can see themselves one day professional athletes. Then to us, professional athletes is Messi, Cristiano, Ronaldo, Zidane. These big names that made it really hard for the youth to actually see it impossible to reach and impossible to become, because they see superstars and they always link themselves with these superstars and they can't reach. They see them really far. So the idea was to actually build that confidence inside them. That will allow to see this through in later years. Also to put Saudi Arabia on the map of the World Championships, because the game was spreading. بس أبداً نحن ما كنا في أي خريطة موجودة. There were a few Arab countries, but not really active.
the plan was to put Saudi on the map and then grow it further. 2010, Red Bull was the first sponsor to actually listen to our voice. And when I say our voice, it was since 2009, I've been emailing them daily, every day, asking for updates and telling them and just exposing the community and what we have as young athletes. وما كانوا يردون على ولا email. Early 2010, I got a call from a guy called Amro from Red Bull, and he's like, "مرحبا تبدي كيف حالك?" I'm from Red Bull. I had goosebumps, and I was ready. I already تخيلت الاجتماع كيف حيكون بالأخير and all these kind of things. I even saw so many years forward, and the guy was like, "Can we have a meeting tomorrow?" كان هذا يوم العيد. بالنسبة لي كان مرة مهم بكرة رابع يوم العيد is for me to attend the meeting. So I did attend the meeting and things went really well. Today we have, actually today is the World Final for Open Freestyle Championship. It's happening in Czech Republic, in Prague. We're going to thank the Shabab Sudan for participating and they made good numbers. Seeing this happening, I think it translates the goosebumps I had in 2010. Then before this call, I already imagined what we're going to have later in coming years. To keep the community alive and actually create engagement, I'm going to start from the end, activities by the members. الأشياء الثانية are easy to comprehend, I think I'll focus on activities. We started with gatherings weekly, but I'm going to talk of shadow. And لما كنت شارع, we had 30 plus people who would just attend, and nobody looked at the shara as us in the shara. Everybody was aligned with the vision that one day we'll be sponsored and we'll have indoor courts to train in, which is happening today. That's what everyone, most of these athletes actually train indoor. They choose now to train in the street because they miss it. They just choose that. So it's good to have a choice and see it through. We did talks in schools to inspire youth to actually go and pursue their passion, whatever the passion was. We didn't emphasize on football, we just emphasized on the character needs to come out so that you could actually be a contributing human in your society and for our society to be built. We need these youth to actually come out. We need them to come out, we need them to voice out. And this is what happened. We have young athletes from Saudi who reach different parts of the world. Not only في النطاق العربي, they're known, they're recognized, they've been really effective, and wherever they go, they share that passion. So it's like creating many ambassadors around the world and building them from the streets. It doesn't matter where you build them from. What matters is what do you feed, what do you put inside these individuals that remains with them and they carry it out. And I'm not talking about these athletes assassin or best. The ones who graduated electrical engineers, who went into aviation and who went, they all had difficulties bringing out their characters. They had difficulties facing their parents and telling them, I want to start a football academy. One of the examples is my colleague, Naib Sahabi in Jeddah. He started his football academy بعد ما خلص 5 سنوات قاعد يدرس هندسة, and he just felt like he wasted his life. Today, he's one of the successful entrepreneurs and actually he puts all the effort in this academy كأنه واحد من أولاده. And he's one of the competing athletes في Prague today. I would love to have a call, Zoom call with them, but اليوم لنا final, but we can't have that. بس كان ممكن تشوفون الvibe حق a global community that started actually from the streets and today it's around the world. Freestyle football has a federation based in London. It's like CreativeMornings. It's super amazing how small things and small groups and small hubs can create impact and then spread around the world. This is how it started, this is how we started, this is how so many communities start. I'm really proud to see Saudi freestyle community and the scene actually grow so fast in a few years. كل واحد منهم أصلاً صار مؤثر في في مجال او في الدائره اللي هو فيها بغض النظر عن كان الى دكتور ولا كان يدرس هندسه او الى اخره. It's the character that we build. It's these people who want to make changes and they can actually make changes. أول ما نوصل للإنشاء، أول ما نوصل لكلمة grow أو growth، I'll take you back to when we started. أنا إنسان ما كنت أحضر جماعات زي كذا، ما كنت بؤمن في جماعات زي كذا أصلاً، ولا ممكن تقنعني بحاجة. You need to come, yes, you need to come and listen to someone who speaks, and you might learn something from them. I believed in hard work. I come from a very humble family who worked double shifts, and so on and so on. But to me was قد ما تشتغل قد ما هتحصل. But it's not always the labor work. There's development, there's inner growth, there's inner improvement you need to do. أشياء كثيرة. The mindset needs to change. Like this. I was happy when I said that. But 2009, I met Coach Rima Jizawi. If you guys know about her or who knows about her, just show of hands. MashaAllah. This lady contributed so much into the growth of Bani Adam Yuarif Qidamkum Hada. She sponsored so much of my certification, a lot of things. She contributed, I can say, almost everything to the development and the person standing in front of you. So 2009, when she came back to Saudi, she has already started support groups, the ADHD, adults with ADHD, can for the one of them. For God's sake. Go back to the previous slide. These are three elements that you'll have once you attain all the previous five. Give back, contribute, be really active within the community. Just through contribution, no matter how big or small it was, just give back and put on the table what you have. Doing these two, you'll definitely start inspiring other members to be active, proactive. We look for proactivity because from that you have more energy spreading around. Next slide. I love these photos. These are championships. These are champions from Saudi and different countries. This is translation of everything we speak about, everything I mentioned in the beginning. هذه بطولات المملكة. Different sponsors, different winners, different faces. It's part of the growth. It's part of the spread, the massive spread that happened. And we're not talking about Saudi. We're talking about global community today. Next. Yeah, and you get to meet people you only met online. Today I met someone. Captain. لا الثاني عمر زيد. This person I know him for 2 years, and today was the first time I met him. ومرة ما كان awkward, كان نعرف من زمان. So, and he doesn't play football. He's into something totally different, but something we shared. ما تلعب صح؟ هاي من هنا. So what attracted and aligned both of us is he had passion for sport, I had passion for sport and developing communities. We met. We don't talk about football. We didn't even strike any conversation about football. It was like, those kind of conversations. But this is the idea. You get to meet people from different parts of the world already يعرفون عنك أشياء كثيرة قبل ما أنت توصل عندهم. And sometimes you don't have to reach them. You don't have to travel. You can share that culture وأنت موجود في السعودية وفي العراق. Next slide. I'm humbly standing here and really happy to be part of two communities, two growing, massive growth, co-reach as a platform for coaches of Saudi, and keep going. And the freestyle community as young athletes, youth who believe in themselves and their abilities and their skills to actually make an impact in the world. This few of the events we did with Courage. I used to be a person who looks at himself that he doesn't have what it takes to contribute, what it takes to actually يعني عرفت لما تحس إنه أصلا أنا ما أستاهل أصلا إيش هضيف للمكان هذا؟ حقدم. Those kind of conversations, inner dialogues that we have, so negative inner dialogues that we need to stop listening to. But later in years, I discovered no matter what you give, it actually is impactful. It's actually effective. I invite you to always be part of the community and contribute, no matter what, if it was big or small. Just give. If it was skill, knowledge, keep sharing with the people around you. Next. Video مرة لازم تسوي. So because there's no time, so I didn't bring the ball to perform or try any of the tricks. وكمان لما كانت أتكسر الألعاب هنا. I put together this video. يا ربي صار. You guys can yell excited. It's okay. Don't feel shy. Next. So come back. Okay. I live by this code. Our presence automatically liberates others. Once you believe that what you have is actually gonna pull out other people from their caves, there's so many people who have passion and they're hiding behind fear of being judged. So once we come out and we just stand out there, you'll find yourself bringing out so many people. Michael Jordan كان في مباريات مهمة مو مهمة المدرب يقول له يعني لا تحضر لا تلعبها فيقول له how can I do that؟ أكيد في واحد who spoke about me in his school وهذا من المايند سيت عنده من أيام الثانوية. How can I ignore one who just spoke about me في مدرستهم وتكلم عني ومرة مدحني وفي واحد بس جديد جاي يحضر المباراة هذا. How can I face myself when this person comes and doesn't find me? I need to represent, I need to always be there, I need to always be an example. أكيد هغير في واحد. But once you believe that whatever you have can actually change one person, يا جماعة one person is a human, and do you know the power of one human, what they can do? If you inspire one person, just one person per day, we have a healthier society, we have better awareness, we have massive consciousness, and I speak scientific words ما كنت أفهمها ممكن أنطقها الكلمات بس today I believe in them because they're true. Inner development is important for us to actually be effective members of the community. I'm going to leave you with this. Thank you for your time. So, the tags.
The tags, what makes community alive?
Who wants to share? Let's go popcorn. Who wants to share? Can go up. Yes.
Collaboration.
Collaborations. I love that word. Anyone else?
في واحدة هنا somehow stick to my عبالي صراحة. ريما FM 98.
وانا ادورها
Then Rima, tell us.
ريما فين؟
creative goal oriented youth. Creative and goal oriented youth.
Goal-oriented youth. Do you want to tell us more about this?
لما يكون عند الواحد هدف يكون مرة alive ولما يكون في يعني لما يكون عند الواحد هدف يكون كذا بدون ما يحس they inspire others ولما يكون في كثير ناس inspired كذا يكون الكوميونتي alive ومولع وكل أحد عنده هدف يسعى ورا شيء.
I like goal-oriented one. Anyone else? Yes,
Members.
Members. Members make the community alive. Very true.
members can cause a butterfly effect.
Can cause?
The butterfly effect.
I like it. Anyone else? Come on, there are 60 here, guys. Share.
هتكلم طيب what makes a community alive كان في كتاب اسمه Start with Why someone sing اتمنى الصوت واضح. طيب فكان في كتاب اسمه Start with Why فكان يقول انه كان بيعرف انه في المجتمعات او organization كذا what makes a community alive, what makes them stick more with each other, what makes them stay longer and simple. So he found 3 reasons that what makes them alive. One is that there's always gratitude and appreciation to what they do. Second is that you make them feel somehow that they make impact. If I'm as a member in your community and I feel my presence makes me impactful, this makes me stay in this community. And final thing is to not follow a routine thing in this community. This community always provides me with new challenges and always I do something more. With those 3 factors, usually any member of the community stays longer inside the access.
Beautiful. What else?
empathy. حاولت ادور لها معنى بالعربي لكن اللغه العربيه تترجم sympathy وempathy بالعطف ولكن في فرق كبير بين السمباثي والامباثي. السمباثي هي انك انت لما واحد يجي يقول لك عنده مشكله تقول له يا شيخ ترى غيرك اخذها اسوء منك. الامباثي هي انك انت تتعاطف معاه، انك انت تحط نفسك في مكان وتتحمل او تتخيل حجم الصعوبات اللي انت بتأدي فيها او هو بيأدي فيها وتقول له I can only imagine how much pressure is on you ولا قديش انت بتعاني. أنا أشوف أن واحدة من أكثر الحاجات اللي مفتقدها الكوميونتي عندنا هي الإمباثي. إحنا كثير من الناس لما يكون عنده مشكلة تقول له أنا مزكي يقول لك يا شيخ ثاني وبتعب. لا يا أخي ترى يمكن هذه من تجربة حياتية لما الواحد يعدي في مصاب وإن كان صغير ترى حجم المصاب على هذا الشخص كبير جدا. بس نحن ما نستوعب إلا إن إحنا ما إحنا في مكانه. فأي ثينك لو كنا نحن عندنا إمباثي أعلى المجتمع حيكون فيه تعاطف أكثر وحيكون متعاون بشكل أكبر.
تحكي على كلام فارس حصير أنا vulnerable و free to actually tell you إنه أنا الموضوع without you judging وأصلاً أنا مو جاي عشان تعطيني solutions right I can solve my own problems بس في اللحظة هذه I need you to be feeling what I'm feeling. Yes, true. قاعد اشوف عيال كثيره ورا ما اعرف مين اختار. Go ahead.
الكلمة اللي اخترتها cooperation لما تشوفوها ككلمة it comes out of two words.
Cooperate comes from co and operate. Operate, you can do it on your own. You can operate on your own. The co means you're doing it with someone. A community by definition is a group of people. Right? So if you don't operate in silos, أنا ممكن أكون كائن وحيد خلية زي الأميبا، خلاص أنا self-sufficient. But when you cooperate, you're working with people towards a goal. A community is a bunch of people with a common goal or a common future or a common direction. So I chose the word cooperation as one of the things that make the community what it is.
Beautiful. Cooperation. We at Co-Reach, we came with the name Co-Reach. It's reaching best with everyone. So you co-reach, you co-lead, you cooperate, you co-create, you do a lot of things when you're working as a group, as a team, and so on. Beautiful. Anyone else? واحد واحد.
Okay, أي سؤال لتوفيق؟ توفيق اللي قالها. We have to participate, you guys, يلا. Okay.
So, why did you keep on knocking on doors if no one was responding to you? So I'll add one more point, and especially in a time very different from now, where if you have an idea, everyone wants to help, but in the past, nobody really wants to take the risk?
One fact, I'm really stubborn, and finding how to use the stubbornness in a good way. I saw what today is gonna look like. I saw what tomorrow is gonna look like, and all I needed to do was believe in my own idea first, so I can easily convince others, which wasn't easy, it was hard. So hence the knocking on the doors. Not one door, not two doors. The doors were a path I need to cross, and I need to go through it. It's part of the whole journey for me to reach the destination. شارع زحمة أو إشارة أو traffic, everything, but I'm gonna reach. You just have to go through it all. Hence why knocking on the doors did not put me down. Actually, it pissed me off, and being pissed off is good actually for success. أحيانا you just do things because you're pissed. But imagine you're pissed and then you go back and you go like, this strategy doesn't work. I'll do something else. It's fine to see that your plan, your idea did not work, but never drop the belief in it. Find different ways, but do not find a different idea or do not find a different belief, because you believed in it. So I did believe in the whole vision. That's why I did not stop at $100.
السلام عليكم جميعا. شوف انا صوتي مزعج مره راح احافظ لك على البطاريه. يعطيكم العافيه جميعا. صباح الخير. شكرا للما وفريقها، يعطيكم الف عافيه. توفيق تعرف محبتي الكبيره في مكانه في قلبي لكل الاشخاص المجتهدين اللي يتعبون مره. فاذا كان فوق هذا الشخص المجتهد شخصيه لطيفه مهذبه، من اول مره التقيت فيك ما شاء الله يعطيك العافيه وتوب جميل ويعطيك الف عافيه. برجع شوي يمكن في موضوع ما الذي يجعل المجتمع حي؟ اعتقد ان التحدث، فعل التحدث هو ما يجعل المجتمعات حيه. قدرتنا على التحدث امام بعض عن مشاكلنا، عن طموحاتنا، عن ما يخيفنا، عن ما نرغب به. اختيارنا للاوقات المناسبه، الكلمات المناسبه، الاسلوب المناسب. احيانا نحتاج ان نستمع لكلام لطيف، واحيانا نحتاج نستمع لكلام قاسي، واحيانا نستمع لكلمات شاعريه جميله مغنات، واحيانا يختلف حسب ما نريده او حسب ما نشعر فيه. فالتحدث هو ما يجعلنا مجتمع حي. شكرا لاسباب الحديث كلها. اعتقد ان الرياض فيها توكس بس مش كثير، وواحد في الشهر مره شوي. ادري ان هذا قانونكم، لكن اعتقد ان الرياض تحتاج مره. ما ادري مين اللي يحضر ميتابس كثير؟ مين يحضر؟ مين متعود ميتابس؟ اوكي ممتاز كويس. في ناس جدد قاعده تحضر ميتابس. فنحتاج كل من يجد طريقه لجمع مجموعه من الناس، مش لازم 50 60، مش لازم مكان رائع مثل اليورهب، لكن كل ما استطعنا نجمع بعض ونحكي اعتقد ان نقدر نصنع مجتمع اكثر حياه. بقائنا في اماكننا كل واحد في دائرته ما راح يصنع لنا اي شيء مستقبلي. السؤال انا قلت التحدث هو اللي كان المجتمع حي. بطول. سؤال فوق الكلام الملهم، احنا على كراسينا الان والكلام جميل ومحفز، بس القومه من الكرسي بذل الجهد يشبه الجهد اللي تبذلونه انتم. وش يستلزم الناس اللي تتكلم معاهم؟ كم الاشخاص اللي يتحمسون معك يطلعون من المكان المريح لهم الى مكان حقيقي للعمل؟ وكيف تقدر تحل الموضوع؟
محمد أبادلك نفس الشعور والمحبة واحترام وتقدير يعني من متابعينك قبل ما نلتقي في تيدكس، وجدا دائما كنت تسمعون خلاص.
ان شاء الله. محمد موسى انا مره احترم الانسان هذا، انا متابعه واقدر كل جهوده، ولما يتكلم عن لما قال الحديث هو شخص يشارك بالحديث وكيف ما شارك وايش ما اضاف او ترك. انا واحد من المليون اللي يتاثرون من الاشياء اللي تقولها، واشوف الحديث والمشاركه مفتاح للوصول لعقول اخرى ولناس ودوائر اخرى، وممكن تطلع ناس من دوائرهم اللي هم فيها او الكومفورت زون اللي هم فيه. جوابا لسؤالك، طبعا دائما حيكون في تحدي وصعوبات عند الاشخاص انه يقوم من الكرسي او يقوم من الكنبه، يقوم من المكان اللي هو فيه، ومو كل الاشخاص راح يؤمنون بالشيء اللي تؤمن فيه. المفتاح الاساسي انه ما ندفعهم انه يقومون للهدف اللي نحن نتكلم عنه، ولكن الاستماع لهم اولا هم ايش يبغون، عرفت؟ لانه احيانا اكثر المحيط اللي حولنا قاعدين نسمع يعني نسمع اخبار، نسمع تلفزيون، نسمع الميديا وزي كذا، فاكثر الاصوات المؤثره قاعده تجينا من برا، فالصوت اللي قدامنا نحن مو قاعدين اصلا نساله. ففي مفتاح مره اساسي اللي هو نسال الشباب هذول what can make you move من الكرسي هذا؟ ايش اكثر شيء تفكر فيه تبغى تسويه وما سويته؟ الاسئله هذه ما تنسال عندنا، ما كانت تنسال لهم. اجيب وعندي فكره ويلا شاركني، مره حماسي اتحرك معك، بس يعني ما راح اكون عندي الوقود للنهايه، عرفت؟ يمكن امشي معك لمسافه معينه، وهذا اللي كان يصير معنا. يعني في ناس تمشي لمسافه معينه، نخبه فقط اللي بقوا وكملوا. النخبه هذولي مو كلهم كملوا كرياضيين، كل واحد يعني بعد فتره تحول، ولكن بقى نفس الوقود، نفس الحراره للحركه والعطاء وكذا، وكل واحد في دائرته الجديده مؤثر، ما يحتاج يكون في نفس دائرتي، عرفت؟ احيانا احنا نبغاهم يصيرون دنا. التملك هذه مشكله في اكثر المجتمعات، انه انا اللي طلعت الشباب هذولي، انا اللي مو لازم. فمجرد انه نحن نسالهم ايش اللي ممكن هم يحركهم، هذا الحاله راح تخليه هو يكمل، وهذا اللي نبغاه احنا. المجتمع يكون متحرك، المجتمع يكون حيوي، بغض النظر كان رياضي او كان مفكر او كان ممثل او مؤدي او فنان. اتمنى اني جاوبت سؤال.
تقريبا تتم الآن. الحين لما جينا كان في ورقه مكتوب فيها انه tell us what you're good at. طيب من منظور عكسي، يمكن احنا ما عندنا الليزر او العدسه المكبره اللي تورينا احنا ايش كويسين او ايش ممكن ننفع المجتمع اللي حولنا، احنا عندنا كذا اهتمام. يمكن صار موجه تحديدا، او يمكن الاورجنايزر هم كريتيف مورنينجز، انه هل انتم تشوفوا الايتمز اللي احنا بنكتبها كالاشياء اللي احنا كويسين فيها، ممكن تجونا يوم تقولوا اوكي انت كتبت انك you're good at writing، نحتاج شخص يساعدنا في copy writing او في graphic design او يعني هل في تطلع منكم احنا لنا ككوميونتي تطلبوا منا المواهب اللي احنا حطيناها؟ Is this going to be something that we will expect from you guys؟ انه شفتوا التالنتس اللي عندنا و tap into it. Okay, you said you're good at graphic design, we need you to help us with the flyer. You said you're good at copywriting, we need you to help us with the tagline. فهل نتوقع منكم هذا الشيء؟
Yes, actually sure. We have a corner there, this is جاي بقول عن التالنت. If you have any talent, you just can write down your name, your talent, your phone number, and drop it down. Inshallah, we will contact you anytime soon. If you are an artist, musician,
وفي فزع.
collaboration. فكانت تتكلم عن مواهب كيف يقولون.
اوكي. فعندنا هناك كورنر في يعني spread out your talent. If you are a speaker, if you are an artist, musician, whatever your talent, you just can drop your name, your phone number, وكيف ممكن نقدر نتواصل معك. You can just drop it down. وإن شاء الله يعني كل شهر حيكون في something new. إحنا خليناه اليوم يعني it's very simple and basic لأنه لسه مو الكوميونتي اللي عندنا هنا بتعرف CreativeMornings كيف. فإحنا إن شاء الله من الشهور الجاية ونشوف كيف الكوميونتي حابب يعني dig in with us. فإن شاء الله we're gonna do it. فfor sure يعني أي حاجة أنت حابب تقولها you can say it. ودحين بعد شوية حنجي ل 30 seconds. If you have anything you can come to the stage and say it. فإن شاء الله يعني we're gonna make يعني connections مع بعض. Is there any other question? Great.
Thank you very much for this talk. So I just have 2 points. The first one is somebody already said collaboration, what makes communities alive. And I think it's not just cooperation, but collaboration. It's really about collaborating, incorporating to do something good. وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى. So it's more about coming together as a community to do something good. And on that point, you spoke about struggling with ADHD, and as someone who has a sibling who has autism and ADHD, what made you continue on and really persist and commit to what you were doing despite everything else that was going on in your life?
I'll answer the ADHD part. So when we go back to the model or the strategy, being the change is really hard, and for you to achieve what you have for yourself out there, you need to transform. You need to become someone else. Because whatever knowledge you have right now is not going to get you further. And wherever you are today is because of so many things you did in the past. And to go further, you need to improve and develop and all this. But you need to accept that you need to start making adjustments. Let's not say change, as don't change who you are, but start adjusting, start putting new skills, start developing, improving as a person. Because what you put for yourself is really big. You can't just go and blame others or blame whatever the surrounding or put it on ADHD. And one of the main teachings in the support groups to attend is ما تخليها شماعة عرفت تعمل انه انا نسيت I can't focus. No, in freestyle I had to focus. I had to find and I had to develop the focus span. I had to read books أبدا ما practical. But I knew knowledge will actually improve the person who I am. So I accepted the challenge to actually improve, to become a different person. Thus you can create impact, and it also adds to اللي كان يقوله محمد يقومك الكرسي ايش اللي يخليك تقوم تتحرك. It's an ultimate purpose. It's a higher goal that actually moves you, and you can't sit still. You know you can't sit still. You know sitting still will not actually move you any step forward. I think that belief and changing the beliefs I had من أيام our parents, the things they tell you, and I don't want to put it on the family or the parents, but they had limited awareness. The words they feed us were limited. Yeah, the inspiring and the motivating words were study hard, you pass. Please don't go ahead. Make sure ما تغيب من الدوام عشان ما يفصلوك. While we were doing the opposite. So these were not motivating words, they're actually pressuring us. So yeah, moving from the chair takes commitment. It takes a lot of determination from the person himself to actually put in the effort to change. I still struggle with ADHD, by the way.
Okay, any other questions?
Okay. Professionally speaking, what was your background before freestyling, and how it changed after freestyling, and how did you convince the community that freestyling is important?
Oh, beautiful. I try not to put it in the slides or the presentation.
Yeah.
So, my background was computer engineer. I was a security. I was in charge of wireless technology and installing security wireless connectivities. I used to climb up basically and link and create these kinds of connections. I was a tech guy. Mainly I was involved in troubleshooting. So,
sorry, what?
In troubleshooting.
Okay.
When there's a problem, they put me in a circle where I need to identify what is the problem sit with the client, understand all those things. Going through that, it just, by 2005, I started realizing, you know, I'm the camel in the zoo. Do you know that metaphor? Okay, so this young camel asked his mom, why do we have the humps? And she tells him, because we're desert animals and we store water and all these things. And it goes on till the eyelashes and all that. And then the image zooms out and this camel is in a zoo. Wow. And this camel is in a zoo and asking his mom, if we have all these skills and we have all these attributes, ليش ما أنا حديقة حيوانات؟ So I felt there's so much that I had, and not to have pride in that, but actually, when you have a set of skills but they're not utilizing where you are, this came up, this light of, I need to create something different. I'm really bored here. So I used to learn how to Photoshop. I learned photography. I learned videography and editing. I knew one day I'll need them and I wouldn't have someone to help. So I used to invest time in learning while I was working. فكنت استعمل الانترنت حق الشركة عشان أتعلم. But believing in, there was a time I decided it's time to quit. So 2011 I quit my job. I did 10 years in a very place that was really يعني مكان يسوي creativity and keeps it there. ما في مساحة creativity. You have tasks you just do them, and I think you're pleasing clients, and clients used to bring millions. And I'm talking about back then. I was with Code JRC, so it's a Bahraini company with JRC, and these guys pay a lot. My family didn't know I quit my job, except 2013. I was hosted on MBC and I was talking about freestyle, and they were like, what? Quit? When did you quit? So it was live, and I can't hide it anymore. But I believe that I need to give 100% somewhere else. For it to actually, for me to nurture it and actually grow. I did that. Yes, it's a big sacrifice. My mom didn't talk to me for weeks because she thought that I don't have money. On the contrary, freestyle and traveling and being involved in the community actually allowed me to travel around the world, travel to different countries. I've been to places that I never imagined I could be at. I've been in production work for ads one time in Beirut, and coming from the hood, someone joined the Hala, and then you arrive in Beirut for the first time, and there's a big setup في vans فيها مصورين وعدة كاميرات وكذا, and then a stylist. I learned the word stylist أصلاً هناك. So a stylist, like an artist, and then someone who dressed me. Dude, there was someone who walks with me to go shopping so I can buy the clothes that اللي تطلب لللقطة. And we're talking about like that 1 minute. 1 minute, they invested 7 days in. You see that? So what I gave up for freestyle actually came back a lot more. It wasn't just football. And I always believe this, it wasn't football. Football was a tool for me to reach out to the world. محمد كان يتكلم عن الكلمات والحديث. I used football. I used talent as a skill, as a tool, as an attraction tool to reach out to the world. And once I have your attention, I can talk to you. I can penetrate, I can reach, and that's what we needed. We needed attention. So football and freestyle was, at a certain stage, it became a tool to reach people. So I'd say it took 10 years. Any question قبل لما نمشيكم؟
نعم نحييكم.
أي سؤال ثاني حابين تسألوه؟
مو سؤال هو كومنت.
هو؟
هو كومنت بس.
Yes.
يعني first of all يعني كل اللي اللي قاعد تقوله been through استقالة وإنك فجأة وكل شيء قاعد تحكيه. So I'm very 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 proud of what you're saying. Very proud of you لأن we know you're there في المكان هذا لأنك تستحق إنك تكون هنا وتكون really ملهم لكل أحد. ما أدري أنا حسيت بكل كلمة قاعد تقولها قاعد تلهمني من جديد. خاطر أبيع الورقة وراح أسوي شيء ثاني. Very proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Alhamdulillah, Allah is in the camera. Just don't quit it alone.
كلنا متفقين في قول توفيق.
الله يسلمك.
العافية ما قصرت وشكرا for this
Inspiring talk.
Is there anything you would love to share?
Anything you guys would like to share? It's a free space. It's a safe space for you to share. So I think I'm here to listen to you. I'm not getting together with anyone?
اوكي. اول حاجه مره شكرا لحضوركم، شرفتونا ونورتونا والله. زي ما قلت بس حابه اشكر our volunteers ليال، ساره، نوره، فاطمه، غاليه Thank you for coming. Thank you for this inspiring talk.
Thank you for inviting and putting so much pressure. I think هذا أول event حيصير في Creative Mornings. And I'm like, what? But then you get free of judgment and you generally just want to share. And I believe in sharing is what's going to create active communities and active members. شكرا.
كمان thank you Maram, thank you Abdurrahman for documenting today's event. Okay, الحين the stage is yours.
اوكي اطلع. هو كذا يعني كان on the screen اللي كتبته وفي الاتش ان انا ما ابغى اطلع من هذا المكان. سمعوا كامل الاشياء. فاللي كان مكتوب our presence actually liberates others. فهي it goes, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in one person, but it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. This is the whole poem. This is very important because of three things. بقولها بالعربي. الشيء الأول الخوف ليس عائق فلا تهجر الخوف بل استشعر بالخوف وتحرك. الشيء الثاني كن محفز أو كاتبست ومعناه بالمفهوم العلمي شيء يضاف إلى العملية يزيد من تفاعلها ويصل إلى الناتج بطريقة أسرع. فلا تؤمن بفكرتك لكن أؤمن بالفكرة لكي تخلق البيئة اللي تخلي كل الأشخاص اللي هنا موجودين في العالم أنهم يقدرون يحققون الفكرة هذه. فأنت بنيت الانفايرمنت. وآخر شيء أنت إنسان، والإنسان طبيعته أنه هو يتطور ويتطور ويتطور. فإذا أنت الآن اليوم ما تقدر بمفهومك تعلم وتطور واشتغل وبتقدر. وصراحة أنا يعني توفيق شفته يوم كان يحاول يلعب كرة، احنا نشوفه واحد قاعد يلعب كرة قدام. بس الآن نعرف أن هذا شيء فري ستايل، وأنتم كلكم عندكم نفس هذه الفكرة. فاليوم مو واضحة لكن في المستقبل بتكون واضحة. تذكروا our presence automatically liberates others. وبس.
Okay.
Space for 30.
Yeah. I
أي أحد ثاني حابب يقول حاجة؟
It's less than 30 seconds, but while you were talking, I remembered one thing. When you kept saying, be the change, I remembered that this is a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. And he said, and the full quote is, be the change you want to see in the world. And if you think that's small, Mahatma Gandhi liberated India from the British colonization, so you can do a lot with be the change you want to see in the world.
Reading got me to fall in love with South Africa's president, which is
Nelson
Mandela. How this person was innocent and still educating himself, still reading, and when he came out, he liberated himself from hate and judgment, which allowed him to come out and unite the whole country, and made a big impact around the world till today. Come on, guys, you have ideas.
اوكي
شكرا جزيلا.
صديق مرة مبسوطة وإن شاء الله يا رب إني أشوفكم بالشهور الجاية وكل شهر تتحمس وأكثر.
You can just كمان
If you want to mix and mingle شوية مع ال breakfast, coffee and community, the place is yours. Thank you so much.